Did you know that your thoughts have a 4 times greater influence on your happiness than external circumstances? Study shows that only 10% of your long-term happiness is determined by your external world. Furthermore, 40% is determined by your thoughts and actions. Genetics also play a large role, accounting for 50%. So, it's not a sunny day, those new shoes, or a salary raise that make you happy in the long run. It's you. It's how you look at your life. Now, what about success? Doesn't having success make you happy? The common idea in the Western world is that we should work hard in order to become successful and happy. The assumption here is that success leads to happiness. But your brain does not work like this. When we achieve our goal, we automatically set a new, bigger goal. So the problem with linking happiness to success is that our brains never really experience this sense of achievement. We are already thinking about our next step. But why do we even care about being happy so much? Well, aside from the obvious, happiness has a massive influence on our lives. For instance, happiness leads to better performances. This is the happiness advantage. A happy state leads to employees being over 30% more productive and overall more creative. It even leads to doctors being 90% faster and more accurate in coming up with the correct diagnosis. Plus, happiness is accompanied by a release of dopamine. A byproduct of dopamine in the brain is that it makes people learn more quickly. So, rather than success being the key to happiness, research shows that happiness could in fact be the key to success. Happiness also leads to healthier people who are less likely to experience a burnout and on average live longer. But if being happy is so good for us, why do we struggle with it? Humans are prone to negativity. Negative experiences have a bigger psychological impact on us than positive or neutral experiences. This is the negativity bias. Humans lay a bigger focus on negative news because our brain has been evolved to view it as more important. For this reason, it's quite difficult for people to automatically focus on the positives. In order to become a more positive person, you need to train your brain to see the bright side of life. So, now that we know that happiness is largely determined by our thoughts rather than our circumstances, is there a way to control our happiness by controlling our thoughts? Well, yeah. The good news is that you can actually train your brain to see the world in a more positive light. Study shows that when you act, think, or speak a certain way, it becomes easier for your brain to do this again. The reason for this is that the connectivity between neurons in your brain increases. They say neurons that fire together wire together. This is how training makes you better at something. The regions in the brain associated with happiness are the nucleus accumbens and the prefrontal cortex. People who are dispositionally happier do not only show more neural activity in these regions, but also between these regions. So, by engaging in activities that strengthen the neural connections between the happiness regions in the brain, you can train your mind for positive thinking. Here are 2 activities that will help you to rewire your brain for positivity. Practice gratitude. You can force your brain to become aware of the positives in your life by explicitly focusing on them. You can do this by keeping a gratitude list or simply thinking of what went well that day. Delay gratification. People who are naturally happier tend to be better at delaying gratification. While instant gratification can boost your short-term happiness, being able to delay gratification predicts long-term happiness and good performances in the future. Furthermore, the anticipation of getting something you want elevates your dopamine levels. So every time you think about that thing you desire, your brain experiences a more positive and active state. Repeat this behavior and you can slowly rewire your brain to look at the bright side of life. If you like this video, please go to zillionist.com for more content about human behavior.